What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Brok'n Barstool podcast. And today, as always, the man on my right, Orlando Venegas.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode.
And today, our guest is a very important person to me and Orlando, a guy that came back from our childhood. He's out here grinding and making it happen. JG Skrilla. How
What's
are you
up?
doing, brother?
Doing excellent. How are you guys?
We're doing great, man.
We're doing pretty good today. Yeah.
It's all right, man.
It's been a pretty good day.
No,
For Juan, not so much. His Falcons got fucking stomped on.
Creamed.
Yeah, well, it was okay for a minute, and my hopes got high, and then it got pretty much hammered. But we're still out here playing the game. It's okay. No, but we're super excited to have Jake here with us today. So, just a little bit about Jake involving us. So this man right here in front of me was one of our childhood friends who has been in and out of our lives since the beginning. Very influential and we've reconnected on multiple times, but right now, man, this guy has had some crazy life experiences that we kind of want to talk about and get into, and
Absolutely.
really want to shout out what he has had going on. So, Jake, one of the first things that I want to ask you, man, how are you doing, bro?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Everybody has their ups and downs, and there's funky days here and there, but ultimately, genuinely, I keep on keeping on.
Yeah, that's what's up, man.
Sure.
That's what's up, man. So one thing that I've mentioned here in the intro in your introduction is JG Skrilla.
Yes, sir.
So the young man in front of me, young Jake Gallegos, yeah, the boy right there. So his he goes by the name JG Skrilla, who is a 208 rap artist who has broken out into the scene in a very ambitious fashion. This
Absolutely.
man right here, we just spent the last, 2 or 3 hours, with him, and we've been talking with him and getting reacquainted and listening to his music. This guy is extremely talented.
Oh, yeah.
And one of the things that I want to talk about, man, is like your music.
Yeah.
And I remember us as like little Rugrat kids getting
Yeah.
into stuff and doing little silly freestyles. But
Yeah.
I want to know, I want you to share with us like where your music background started and kind of like where it is now, because right now you're kind of making those moves, and I'm
Yeah,
really,
brother.
really excited to see what you got going on.
Yeah, for sure. A lot of it stems from my childhood. I guess I'll start here because it's kind of where my influence, a lot of it came from. Is my dad was I guess you could kind of say a wannabe rock star. He was definitely a rock star in my eyes. You kind of always want to idolize what your parents are doing and what they have going on. And he would play in the bars, man, like all the local bars. Like, I'm originally from Colorado. Shout out 970, Cortez, Durango area. And as a young child, like, I have a really photographic memory for long-term memory. And I just remember watching him like dress up, the makeup, like Kiss.
Oh, really?
And, like,
Damn,
like, the long
seriously?
hair and yep. And he would take me into bars and shit as a young kid, and like I would watch him play. And when I was even a little younger, my mom would like tend to me in the car seat in the car while they're in the bars playing, and they would go and check on me and make sure everything was going on inside. And yeah, he was involved in a couple of different bands, and we always had instruments. We always had saxophones and trumpets. And
They always had music in the house.
always. Yeah, it was just really like, it was kind of comforting because we didn't, and I'm probably one of the last generations. We're probably one of the last generations that didn't have like iPads in front of our faces and phones and
Yeah.
stuff.
Oh, yeah.
We
Yeah,
played
we didn't grow up with that
outside.
stuff. Nope.
We had bikes, and we had skateboards and stuff to play on.
We had rocks and dirt.
Rocks and dirt when we
Marbles.
talk
Marbles.
Growing up in Burley. What do you guys do? We play with rocks and dirt. You know?
Yeah, we play rocks and you seen that new potato that came out?
Fucking potato.
Dude, sneaking into one movie after the next because we had the movie theater and the bowling alley and the
Yeah.
skate park, and like those were the 3 cool things to do.
Yeah.
But, yeah, no, and I mean that was kind of where my music influence really came from. I knew I wanted to be a rapper from a really young age. I heard the song. It's probably 6, 7 years old. It was like Snoop Dogg and Bow Wow.
Snoop Dogg and Bow Wow.
It's like, where's my dog? Yo, jet airplane. You know what I mean? You know what song I'm
Yeah,
talking about?
I do.
You're ringing bells, but
Yeah,
I ain't answered the door yet,
It's
man.
older, bro. It's older.
older.
And from that song, because that was like one of the real songs like I can really comprehend in my memory. That's like, oh, like this shit's vibing.
Yeah, so,
Good shit, you know.
I wanna fucking make this shit.
I wasn't really into my dad's like rock music. A
Yeah.
little bit, you know, AC/DC, Guns N' Roses, you know, like all
I
the.
fuck with that head.
Yeah, they fucking badass.
They got down, and I mean they're still relevant in today's day and
Yeah,
age.
for-
But like for me, I felt like hip hop was like a one kind of trendy, and two, it really brought me closer to my brothers. Like I have 3 older brothers, and they were all kind of in and out of the hip hop scene a little bit. It just kind of, you know, started on some neighborhood like rascaling shit.
Oh,
that
yeah,
they
yeah.
were
Oh, yeah.
doing, you know.
Oh
and-
yeah, that's how just about everybody starts off, man.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so there's something that I want to bring up is so not only do Orlando and I know Jake from a young kid standpoint, but also some of our other guests. Joey Dominguez is one of Jake's best friends, and they were running in the rap group, running in the rap game for a decent amount of time. Juan Rodriguez, Fly Like Sora, you know, he was, you know, these guys are the ones running in these same circles. I mean, in one shape or another, these kind of puzzle pieces fit, and it just kind of it follows suit. Like these guys are all different parts of what makes local music amazing. You know, Fly Like Sword being a producer, Joe being a rapper and also a producer, and then Jake, who we just actually found out has been producing for other local rappers in the area and also putting out his own content. But one thing that we wanted to get into is aside from your upbringing through music, I wanted to know like how it was doing your first show, because you told us that you this was like off air or whatever.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
you told us that you've been doing a couple shows now.
Yeah, I have. Yeah, and it took me a little bit of getting warmed up for it. You know, I think like I wanted to have some content for people to really like listen to and to vibe with. So
Yeah. How long were you creating music before you started performing?
Oh man. I mean,
Like seriously,
if
I'm,
we're
I'm
like
not talking
seriously creating music,
Yeah.
I was 13 when I wrote my first song.
Oh really?
Yeah, I was 13 when I wrote my first song.
You're 26.
26 now. Yeah, and I mean that one was one where I just like really felt comfortable with, and it was kind of like that one where I was like, damn, like this is really good content. Like how am I ever gonna
Yeah.
create something that's as good as
Did you
this,
have that moment
know?
where you're like, damn, did I fucking make this?
Over and over, dude.
Yeah.
Over and over. And I mean, it's been actually pretty recent that I've been actually like making some skin in the game. It's probably been 2 to 3 years where I'm like, okay, I've known that I've always wanted to do this. Like, and I think getting out there and doing it is one of the biggest things in anything that you do. You know,
it's
if
a really big
it's
first step.
rapping, starting business, whatever it is. And a lot of people are kind of intimidated by that risk.
Yeah.
And kind of by the backlash that you might get. You know, I mean, there's been a little backlash in my rap game, but that first show for me was, I really like putting other people on. Like, I don't necessarily like to be just the one dude, like center of attention status, you know? So like I put my brother on and my couple of my homies, Wedo, shout out J Biz, you know, Leandro, shout out LC, you know, like a couple homies that I've really performed with that I'm comfortable with that really help influence those first couple shows for me, you know, and I know the owners of the Lounge at the End of the Universe, and that was where my first show was. And shout out Lyrical DeMarco, you know, she's really talented and she's a great promoter as well. Coulter Bailey, shout out Coulter Bailey. He's also been one of my top promoters in the area as well.
For sure, man.
And he's kind of why I have such a heavy following, you know. And
yeah. They have a lot of skin in the game.
They do. They
sure.
do. And the recognition kind of comes from establishing yourself in one way or another, you know, and you're not established when you go and do one show, you know. I mean,
no, you got to do it a good amount of times before you get some recognition for sure.
Yeah. Exactly.
Have you ever written an autograph?
I haven't yet.
I
haven't yet.
When it comes, it's gonna be weird.
It'll be soon, no.
Yeah, for the listener out there, look out for JG Skrilla.
JG Skrilla.
Yeah, look out for him. He's coming up. He's coming up. He's representing the 208 area and Colorado.
Yes, sir.
So, you know, keep an eye out. Keep an eye out. He's coming there. No, but one of the big things that I wanted to talk about, and I wanted to bring Orlando into this because I feel like Orlando didn't really have much interaction with Jake as a youth.
No, not as much for sure. Like we definitely would just hang out like around school with like the rest of our group, right? With like Joe and everybody else. But
but I really wanted to get into a point where we talked about our upbringing because me and this guy here and Orlando as well in limited fashion, but we ran amok. This guy right here was one of the bigger influences in our young group because, like I've mentioned before in other podcasts, is that I have a very tight-knit group. So it's, myself, Orlando, and a handful. I'm serious, a handful of other people.
Yeah.
And each one of those individuals has a certain pair of characteristics that make them likable and make them worthy of being in this group. I'm not saying that we are in any sort of way like an ultimate, but we regard ourselves in such a tight-knit group because everyone who involves themselves with us is genuine. And the biggest part of that was because we didn't fuck with so many people because of their fakeness that we had to get away from other ones.
Absolutely.
So we only revolved around the real. And this guy right here has some sort of magnetism to him that had like a natural leadership that really helped guide and direct our young group. And we're talking, middle school and junior high, and Jake really helped shape and form what our group was.
Yeah, I think a lot of it really, you guys were some of my first real friends. I never went to the same elementary school for a full year. So, like, with us going to, like, 6th grade, 7th grade, and 8th grade, like, those were my first full years of school, that I wasn't in a different school. So I had to make friends, and like, I think I ultimately had this, like, real radar, it's like, who's real around me?
Yeah.
And I guess, like, that's just kind of where things ended up. Orlando, what I remember you most for is when we used to all play on the soccer field.
Yeah.
I think our soccer days, bro. I think our soccer days is kind of where my memory kind of kicks back, and I was like, oh yeah, like Orlando, that was one thing you were good at,
Do you know what though?
Once upon a time.
Yeah. You want to, dude? I can vouch for you 100%. No one knows the origin of Orlando. He came out of the sea like Godzilla.
He did.
Nobody knows the origin of Orlando. It's always going to be a myth or a theory.
It's because he's so quiet, man. I like that about him, honestly.
No, dude, but this guy, he's quiet in the beginning, but you get to know this motherfucker. Yeah,
he's a lotus flower.
Yeah, dude, this guy's is a can of worms. Surprise at the bottom, man. Yeah, no, Orlando's great, man. But yeah, so Jake, can you give us maybe one or two stories from our youth, man? Because there's so many. I don't want to pick and choose or cherry pick anything.
Yeah.
Just give us something that involves our youth.
Well, I'll take you guys back. We came from a small town, Burley, Idaho. Shout out Burley. Anybody who lives there now and who has lived there for the past 15 years probably knows us or knows of somebody in our group. Yeah. And there wasn't a lot for us to do. We didn't really have the city life, so we kind of made fun where we could, and whether that was for me and Joe and a couple other friends, that was a skate park, and for us in school, we were just really, I guess you could kind of say we were like borderline troublemakers, but also like
we tested some limits.
Yeah, definitely.
We didn't get caught. There was definitely some stuff we probably should have been arrested for at a young age, but I won't go too in depth. But
yeah,
we
it's past the statute of
got away with it, And I think that kind of set a trend for us to kind of go down our own individual paths and everything. But no, we had a lot of good people in those times, and like I moved away at the end of middle school, so you guys all went to freshman year together and finished out high school together. But I think really like those like 6th through 8th grade years we were all together were really, like I said, you just don't make friends like you make small town friends, man. And like when it comes to the city, I haven't made city friends like I've made friends with you guys, like you guys, I mean, think about us now. We're what, 10 years,
Yeah,
10
more
years.
than 10 years.
More than 10 years now. Fuck, dude,
And,
I can't believe it's been that long, goddamn.
And that's real, I mean, that's like anytime I talk to somebody and I'm like how old's your oldest friends, that's kind of how I kind of pull out that real radar. Is like, you got people you've been friends with for 10 years or no, if you get rid of those type of people, you don't know who you can trust,
Dude, that's such a big like real thing to say. Is like, so I've lived in many different cities in many different states, and I've made friends everywhere I go. Get the fuck away from my beard, cat. Sorry, there's multiple cats here. We're out here with a feline gang. You know what I'm saying?
This is Juan's living room.
Yeah, this is my humble home here. But
disclosed location.
Yes. Address, mind your fucking business. But anyway, with an exclusion of a select few from New Mexico, I will say that specifically from New Mexico. The other places that I've lived and I've made friends, they just don't really line up or stand up compared to my hometown childhood friends that made it through childhood. And that is one of the big things, is making it through childhood and still being friends afterwards, because
those are the real ones.
Yeah, those are legitimately the real ones.
Those are the real ones.
Everybody changes, and that's just a given. Nobody's going to be the same person they were as a kid. Everyone learns and grows and, makes their own opinions as they will. And you don't have to agree with them. Fuck off, cat. You don't have to agree with them. But the important part is that you still respect each other and you still are open-minded to each individual person's point of view. And the biggest thing is you still have that same camaraderie. And that's one of the biggest things, dude, is that camaraderie. And one of the biggest things that I was hoping you'd say, Jake.
Yeah.
But is we had a sense of accountability. We had a sense of accountability.
We took care of each other, man.
Like, we did.
Exactly.
When it came down to it, like, we all had each other's backs. I know, like we talked a little bit earlier. I mean, there's been couple instances where people, you can't always get everybody to agree and get along all the time.
Yeah, there's always going to be a difference in opinion.
Oh yeah,
There is. But,
especially as you grow and learn and just
But I kind of take a look back on it now, and like even being here with you guys today, and it's like this is the type of shit that holds weight. Like if I ever get married, y'all will be at my weddings, and I'm having a kid, y'all invited to my baby shower, things like that, and
I'll cop you some bibs, dude. I got you, kids.
you're gonna get some Brok'n Barstool fucking bibs and
some
shit.
Brok'n Barstool onesie, dude.
That'd be sick.
Brok'n Barstool onesie. Tell your girl she better put your baby in it, dude. That's on the gram now. No, but no, you're absolutely right. That kind of stuff holds weight. But the point that I was trying to get across with accountability is that when we were fucking cat, dude. So when we were kids, is we knew when we had expectations of what we wanted to be and the kind of characteristics that we had, is we all try to be genuine. We try to be men of moral, and just all around good people. And we've actually had points of time where we had to call each other out on our behavior. Say that someone is acting out of pocket, if you will.
Yeah.
And we would take accountability within each other and rectify that sort of behavior. So if someone was acting out of line in some sort of way, that we would talk about him, like, hey man, like, I understand you're upset, I understand this shit's grinding your gears or whatever, but you're fucking up.
Yeah.
Like, you can't be doing that stuff. You're a man. If you want to be a man, you act this way. You don't act childish and out of pocket because of, some emotion that you're feeling right now, man. And that's something that as kids, I'm saying this, as kids, we had that.
We did, and
that's so strange and so unique to our young group of friends, because we were, like I'm saying to you guys, we're in middle school, and we had this sort of common sense, and we had this accountability of each other that really made us mature very, very quickly.
Yeah.
And that was one of the things that made us stand out. And I'm not saying that in any sort of a way, like this was in no shape, way, or form a popularity contest, because I don't think we were popular, dude.
We didn't care to be, honestly. I feel like what made us popular was that we
just did our own thing.
We did our own thing. We stayed separate, and we really did, like you said, we had that genuinity in us, and like I
don't think we had any popularity, and that's just in my eyes, because I had no eye for it. Because I didn't think that, like, people knew who I was. Mm-hmm. But all I cared about was this tight-knit group.
Yeah. Yeah, I had a couple of friends that I felt like, kind of stemmed a little bit out of our group that was like, oh, yeah, this is kind of why Jake is this way. And, like, kind of, I've just always been, like, friends with everybody,
Yeah,
like,
that is true. This motherfucker's a social butterfly.
I am, bro. I am. Like, in high school, I wasn't just a hipster. I wasn't just a rapper. I wasn't, you know what I mean? Like, I just kind of had.
You were just there.
I was just there.
You were
I
just
had
Jake.
skin with everybody, bro.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, a lot of my high school friends, like they got into drugs and stuff like that, like really bad.
Yeah.
And I think that's one thing that's been nice about this group is like nobody is like really went like downhill, really, like
none of us have gone to South End yet.
Fingers crossed. It doesn't go there.
There's been close lines, for us and shit.
Emphasis on lines.
But we always pulled out of it,
Yeah. No, man, that's the thing is I think part of it comes down to our grounding, and I think we're grounded to what shaped us as kids. But anyway, let's get into our next thing that I want to talk about. Summer's over. Over.
It is.
Summer's over. The season's changed. It's getting cold and crispy outside.
It's fall. Fucking love fall, dude.
Dude, my favorite season of the year, which means that we're going into October, which is our favorite month of the year. Spooky season is almost upon us, and I'm getting mildly wrecked.
Beer fest.
Yeah.
Oktoberfest.
No, but I
Halloween.
mean, so we're getting into it, and one of my favorite things about the season changing, being in Brok'n Barstool fashion, is also the changing of the beers.
Yeah.
So, one of the biggest things going into the fall season, the changing of the beers, everybody goes from their summer ales and their summer brews to their Oktoberfest and fall brews, which brings in a whole new spectrum of flavor, an expansion of palate, and a different thickness and rock hardedness of myself because I love this season.
And a whole lot of pumpkin.
And a whole lot of pumpkin. No, man, but aside from the leaves changing colors and the weather getting colder, which I love.
Yes.
It opens up to a whole lot more of what's going on and a whole lot more activities also. One of which being football. The NFL is back. The NFL is back. Football is back. So anyone who follows football, NFL, college, whatever, you are back in and you're watching your favorite teams battle it out.
And then Juan's fucking situation always lose.
Oh my God.
Hey, I'm kind of happy about that.
Oh, thanks,
just
bud.
Just a tad. Honestly. Hey, my first real and my one only real football game I went to was Denver versus Atlanta. So anytime Atlanta loses is a good day for me.
What, did Atlanta win that game?
Yeah, Atlanta won that game.
They did. It's a sad day.
Yeah. Yeah, no, so football is back. So that brings up a whole lot of possibilities for the future. So October being one of our favorite months, I don't know, maybe look out for a little bit of a football episode. Maybe look out for a little bit of something going on. Maybe look out for Juan wearing some Atlanta gear and Orlando sucking dick wearing 49ers stuff. But no,
We fucking win. We went 2-0 now. We're 2-0 now.
I know,
So.
and I'm 0-2.
Yes, you are.
I'm just trying to get my leaks in where I can because obviously it's not happening on the gridiron.
No, you're in for a tough season.
Yeah.
Let's be honest here. You're in for a tough season, buddy.
You're going to have to pull out. No pun intended.
Never.
Oh,
But
fuck.
anyway, yeah, football is back. That's something that we kind of want to know. Who's your team? What are you looking out for? Maybe we'll put out a poll on Instagram. Hit us with your team, and then I'll tell you why they suck. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah. So being in the Treasure Valley, Boise State being the big team here.
Actually, in Idaho general.
Only
Yeah,
team.
honestly,
Let's be honest here. Let's be a little honest here.
No, dude, ISU Bengals for life.
ISU.
ISU.
You did that right after.
Yeah, that was the cry because that was me trying to suck the tear back. No, but anyway, so BSU, huge supporters of BSU.
Oh yeah, definitely.
We really, really want to try to get out to a game. We're trying to maneuver through some tape here, some red tape here, so we get out to a game and really show our support for not only local beer but local sports teams and local educational institutions, as you've seen in the past with U of I. But let's get in to our next and my favorite topic is Orlando.
The local brew.
The local brew.
Drum roll, please.
Drum roll, please. So, Orlando, what did we pick out here today?
We picked out
Something that is
hella tasty.
hella tasty. So, here you go, Jake.
Gracias,
So
señor.
we were perusing the aisles today, and we're like, what are we gonna get today? And
There's
this
an
can just caught my eye.
The tasty AF
Yeah, that too. I like the wording and
Huckleberry.
everything on here.
lemon shandy.
And these guys are from Garden City, Idaho, as well. So
Hey.
they're very local compared to where we're at right now. So
That's
Yeah,
true.
they're honestly, Garden City's about 5-10 minutes away. No, a place that I hold very. No, I'm just
Clear
gonna say
from
it.
my heart.
No, yeah, dude, I had some bad stuff happen in Garden
Keep
City,
a
but they have
distance
some
from Garden
great.
City. No.
Yeah, I keep my distance from Garden City. Aside from their breweries, their breweries are the shit. Orlando, there's more
They are.
coasters. Please use a coaster.
I'll grab a coaster. Hang on. Never mind. He'll pass me a coaster.
Okay. So here we have hella tasty as fuck Huckleberry lemonade shandy or lemon shandy from none other than Western
Collective.
Collective. From, as we mentioned before, Garden City, Idaho. And you know what? Just in Brok'n Barstool fashion, man. We'll put these bad boys up to the mic and give us a little crisp.
Ready?
In 3, 2, 1. Crispy. There we go.
That one smells good.
All right, so
It's purple.
is it
It's
really?
purple.
Oh shit!
It
it's
is purple. It is purple.
What? Hold on. I'm
Scissor.
scissor. Everything's about to slow down. Hold on. I'm gonna pour this in the. It's fucking purple. I'm
Wait, let me see
pouring
that.
this into a
Yeah,
glass.
let me see. Let me see that.
There you go. Hold
Oh
on.
shit!
It
Got
is.
some red undertones to it. But
It is purple. It kind of looks like wine.
Well, it's grape. You know, like a actual
We'll call
grape.
it
You know.
magenta.
Exactly.
Okay, so I accidentally took a little taste because I was clearing the lid there. But I want us all to taste this together. And first and foremost, we're going to go from the person away from me. Jake Gallegos is going to give us his initial thoughts and input on the beer.
Wait. Cheers. Yeah, cheers. And then
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Clink, clink, clink.
Oh shit!
Nastarovia.
I mean, it's for your health in Russian.
Okay, I'll go with that.
All right.
Salud.
Whoa. Okay.
Okay.
That's hella tasty.
That is hella
That's how it
tasty.
tastes. Yeah, it's giving me some
What-
cider
what?
vibes. Some cider vibes almost. You know, if you've ever had another local Huckleberry 44 North,
I haven't
okay.
had it.
I feel like this might be the beer replication.
We had a
or close
Huckleberry
to.
seltzer from McCall Brewing Company.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that one was the bomb diggity. I haven't had this one yet.
This is, I mean, also red Kool-Aid vibes.
Red
Red-
Kool-Aid.
Dude, it's exactly what I'm thinking right
Red
now, dude. I'm
Kool-Aid
just
vibes?
like,
Yeah.
I'm like, this is some
Aftertaste.
Kool-Aid shit right now. All right, Jake.
Jake out of 10.
Oh, out of 10. All right.
And what do you think of it, too?
You know, I'm a beer guy. I'd probably say a 7 out of 10.
7 out of 10.
I would highly recommend it. You know, I like the cloudy input they put on the can. The tastiness of it is hella.
What a great way to put it.
Yeah.
And
From Ite to Hella, what would you rate it?
I would rate it as fuck.
Oh, shit.
You know,
Oh, yeah.
just call it clear there. And yeah, I mean, I would do it again.
It's
I'd do it again.
yeah, it's kind of scrumptious.
It is.
I mean,
cool.
we got 6 of them, so we got to finish them.
Oh, dude, that's easy work.
Nah, bro, putting in work here.
Go ahead, Orlando. What do you think?
I'm going to give this an 8.
An 8.
An 8.
What do you taste? Do the Jesus test. Do 3 swigs and give me
yeah, I
the
gotta-
expansion of your palate.
Water to wine.
Orlando's been like really expanding his palate lately, and I'm really interested to see how much it's changed.
So this tastes like fucking juice.
So yeah, his palate is as kindergarten.
Grape nerds. Grape nerds.
He's like, is this Welch's?
For real. No, but for real though, it's you get you get a lot of juice in there for sure, and then that alcohol is kind of like that kickback afterward.
Yeah.
It tastes amazing. It tastes really, really good. Not something I would pick all the time, but to have every once in a while for sure, 100%.
Oh, dude. That is hella tasty.
It's kind of like your dessert beer almost.
Dude,
Exactly.
honestly,
There you go.
here's my thoughts to it. Do you remember when you were a kid and you weren't old enough to have a champagne glass for New Year's? So they gave you Welch's sparkling cider.
It's sparkling cider.
Like, here, kid, get drunk.
Yeah.
You tried so hard.
Yeah. So you just like fucking down bottle after bottle of Welch's sparkling cider, and all you did was get hiccups and piss a lot. But
Reality.
yeah, dude, this is really what it tastes like. It tastes like a Huckleberry sparkling cider. It has a little bit of brashness to it in a sort of a sense. Like there's a little bit of metallic-iness on the tip of the tongue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Definitely.
it's a little metallic-y, coppery-ish. Other
I'd
than
love
that,
to taste it on tap one time.
yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah.
Ooh.
But other than that, it's a heavily carbonated beverage, and it is definitely not a beer. It's not a seltzer. It's kind of a
It's
sparkling.
sitting in between. It's like almost like a half, but
It's honestly, in my opinion, it's like a sparkling wine.
yeah.
But
It is a lot like that.
yeah, but like just like the can says, and I will say time after time, it is hella tasty.
It is fucking hella
It is
tasty.
sweet.
AF.
It is, yeah, it's tasty AF. It is sweet. It is refreshing. It is very cidery.
I feel like we're catching the end of them summer vibes.
Yeah, I
Exactly.
think that's
Yeah.
exactly what it's putting out, is at the end of them summer vibes. Those very mature huckleberries. The darker the better berry, the sweeter the juice.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
The only thing we got like to really compare it to from what we've had is, I mean, what we're drinking here too is summer shandy from Leinenkugel. But that's more, you taste the beer in that though. It's
do.
definitely more of a half and half than anything else.
It is. I'm curious on the alcohol percentage on this bitch.
Oh yeah, for real. What is that?
Y'all find it before me. Let me know.
3%.
3%.
Yeah, this is why the juice thing comes in.
Juice life. Juice life. You won't get drunk off a 6-pack, but buy a 12.
Yeah.
No, they're kind of expensive. So
And
buy some stones.
so, after modifying our drinks a little bit, we
Tastes really good. Dan, by the way.
we made them a little bit more adult, if you will. I have here a bottle of 1800 straight from the lands of Mexico, and we decided to put a little bit of splash of pizzazz in each one of our
Pizzazz.
hella tasties, and it made them a little bit. They made them hella spicy instead.
Spicy tasty.
Yeah, no, but it's a little bit of sizzle spice ain't too bad. But moving forward, here we have our new spicy drinks. I want to talk about something that I guess all of us can really attach ourselves to in one way or another. And Jake really has a leg in the game here too, is the Idaho car scene. Man, that's something that I wanted to talk about for so long, but I don't really have anyone to talk about it with.
Yeah.
Because
I see how it is.
being a technician and being very heavily involved in car culture myself, all of the mainstream media that is out there, I follow all of it and I watch all of that stuff, and I'm very much involved and I love what's going on.
Yeah.
But one of the biggest things that suffers here in Idaho is the car scene. And I guess that's something that I saw growing up that I didn't really see was a big deal as a kid.
No. I think the only thing we had, like especially like in Burley, was that what they call it, the cruise.
The cruise,
And it's just a bunch of like teenager cars, like
Yeah,
just driving around,
modded
driving on the
Hondas.
one fucking busiest road that we have there. That only has like yeah.
I don't even think it's I don't think it's even Main Street.
It was Overland.
It's Overland.
It's Overland.
The only road with like 2 lanes in it the entire way.
Yeah. I mean, you almost be better off driving around the square in Rupert.
Yeah, honestly.
Going like 10 miles an hour and shit.
Honestly. But since, my upbringing in Idaho and smaller towns, and the car scene was not big, and I also have a lot of experience in what the car scene potential is actually like. I've been to SEMA.
Nice.
And I've been to some of the biggest car shows in Texas. I've been to multiple big car shows, and I've seen the Bear Jackson and all that stuff.
Sick.
But what really never seemed to really stack up until this point in my life living here in Idaho, is the car scene.
Yeah.
And I've started to realize that here in the Treasure Valley, in the Boise Meridian area, it's actually pretty stout. And there's a lot going on.
It's a little more low key. Well, I guess it was a little more low key. Like a lot of people have been getting more popular with it. We have Shark Fest, so
Shark Fest is the shit.
It is our Northwest car show of Idaho. I mean, people come from Seattle, people come from Portland, people come from Salt Lake City,
all over the Pacific Northwest.
And you get cars from Lamborghinis to Ghosts to the farm trucks that are slammed with speakers and whatever it is. And
Troqueando que?
Hey, bud, I ain't tripping. Like my first car was, I don't think you guys don't remember for sure, but it was a 1979 Ford Courier.
Fuck
really?
Yeah,
bud.
Let's go.
That's my first whip.
Dude,
in Burley.
No shit,
dog.
I don't remember that.
In Burley, and it was me and Joe. Me and Joe put a sound system in it, and we always had dreams of like making the fucking bed like tilt up and have full speakers and like
some real Need for Speed
on
shit
it and shit. And moving up here, I feel like there's something that stuck with me a little bit. It's like almost like your zip code almost has to do with like
your style of modification.
Your lifestyle that you pursue, things like that. Burley is not really, it's in the middle of fucking nowhere, dude. Like, I mean,
very true.
You have maybe a big city every 3 hours.
Yeah.
Really,
that's
other than Twin Falls, which isn't really too big of a big city, but
you're in between Salt Lake and Boise.
Yeah, and I mean this city now. I mean this city is grown, and
it's gigantic.
It's becoming more of a, Silicon Valley, vibey.
It's very urban, very
more
young and
like
techie,
businessy, and it's growing.
Yeah, the youth entrepreneurs are really taking over this area.
They are
in a big way.
With that becomes a little bit of the money that's involved in the valley, and now we got
a lot of bit of the influence. Like, I mean, kids nowadays, in our area, which would have never happened 5 years ago, are driving Porsches and some of my car friends are driving McLarens and just to follow that, my next door neighbor, they have about 3 or 4 Mitsubishi Evo 8s.
Yeah, I saw these tuners out here.
Yeah, and their kids are middle school, high school age, and one is probably older than that. Yeah. But that's what I'm saying is like the stuff that we didn't see growing up, I mean, we saw a lot of modified Hondas.
Yeah.
Jake with a Ford Carrier. Our buddy Joey Dominguez, he had
The Jetta.
the 1996 Jetta GL. Orlando with my favorite first car of all time. I swear to God, if I find one in good condition, I'm going to buy it and probably give it to him. But it was a 1986 Toyota Corolla?
1989.
1989 Toyota Corolla.
Yeah,
dude. The Rolls Royce.
Dude, oh my God, you have no idea. The ignition was jerry-rigged. The speaker system was non-existent.
Shit.
Bro, they last forever though. You probably had 300,000 miles on that.
Dude, I hit 280,000, and then on my drive back from work, like 12 midnight, and I was going down just suburb Burley, right, and it just started like knocking really really hard, and I was like, fuck, this is it.
It started knocking?
Yeah, dude. It started knocking really hard. I stepped on it. It's like, and I was like, the whole car felt like it was about to fucking fall apart, dude. I got it to like the front of my fucking, right where I live. And that's it. That's where it laid.
Orlando's like, you keep on knocking, but you can't.
I'm like, I don't want to walk the rest of the way. You got to make it, brother. Come on.
Dude, it knocked the whole way home. This little piggy knock, 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 but nobody answered. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, it was cracking the engine. It's fucked.
Oh, my God. That is awesome. You know, I love that car so much, not only because of its comedic value, because it was, in true honesty, it was the biggest heap of shit.
Bro.
But
let's talk
it was
cars.
our heap of shit. You know what I mean? It's like,
that was
we ran so many,
we had a lot of memories,
quote unquote, I'll just call them memories. But we did so many stupid things and so many crazy adventures in that car, and it was barely roadworthy. And we trusted it to get us from point A to point B in heavily critical points.
Dude, do you remember that time we took it to Twin Falls?
Yeah.
That was scary as fuck.
Yeah.
We took that bitch to Twin Falls. That was scary as fuck, dude.
Yeah.
Motor mount shaking.
No. Just not just the motor mount. The whole car was rattling apart. Like bolts were like shaking out. Screws were twisting out. The whole thing was rattling to pieces. And it was just like spitting and sputtering and crapping out freaking black smoke, and it was like, let's put me out of my misery.
Let's be real.
Yeah.
Orlando came in that car from Mexico. It was stuffed with all his fam. It was so...
No.
I think your dad bought it from a junkyard.
Yeah, I don't know where he got it from, to be honest, but it still had the sticker for Capital High School. From here in Boise.
So it's from here.
It's from here.
That's kind of sick.
That's just like the number one car. I swear to God, it's like either you're in a Civic or you're in a Corolla from like the 1990s, late 80s, and all your family fit in it to get here across the border.
We got, I think, 8 or 9 people in that car one time. 8 or 9 people in that car.
You're just proving my point here, bro.
Do you remember that old restaurant in Twin Falls? Like I was called 9 Beans in a Burrito.
Oh yeah.
Nuh-uh.
No, yeah, so in Twin Falls, Idaho, I don't know if it's still there, but there used to be.
It is.
Okay, so there's a restaurant in Twin Falls, Idaho called 9 Beans in a Burrito. And we actually turned Orlando's Toyota Corolla and we filled it with 9 beans. And it was white, so we filled that burrito packed tight.
Oh shit,
dude.
But yeah, it was funny, dude. That car, and because it was such a piece of shit, we had really no regard to it. Like no, we gave no care in the world. We like literally.
You almost need a car like that in high school.
Oh yeah,
honestly,
we rammed it. We jumped into it. We would like crawl.
You guys hit it a couple times.
Yeah, one of our
Orlando's cool with it.
I'm not.
one of our friends rear-ended it, and he's like, "Oh well, it's just Orlando's car."
Damn.
Another one of our friends was pissed off one day, and he was acting out, and he kneed his rear quarter panel next to his gas tank, and just put a big ass dent right next to his gas tank. And I'm like, dude, that's Orlando's car. He's like, so it's Orlando's car.
Oh, fuck.
We had someone belly flop on his hood. Oh my gosh.
Bro.
People would climb on the roof. It was ridiculous. And that car, it was really what it needed to be, and it was just a utility.
It was.
It was like
I had one of those. It was a 1989 Acura Integra.
Ooh,
oh man, those are like
the
fucking
two-door coupe with the flip-up headlights.
yeah.
those are so badass
Dude,
now,
those
dude.
are
Those are
fucking-
so hard
oh,
to find.
dude.
They are, but it had been totaled, and the guy who sold it to me didn't tell me that. So
So it was
It was just
technically
an-
a salvage title.
basically a lemon. It was basically a lemon. Like
So it was basically just like an appliance. You just used and abused it.
yeah, my driver door, it didn't always close properly, and there was always something up with it. And one day, it just didn't close. So like, it would just like I'd be going around a turn, and my driver door would be like whoop, like
Just take off. Like, all right,
straight fly open.
I'm gonna head out.
And they're like, yo, you gotta get this shit fixed. So I went and found another driver door, installed it and everything. It was blue. So I had this red Acura Integra 1989 with the blue door on the driver's side.
Yo.
And that door didn't close right either. So I fucking bungee corded that shit shut. And I did the fucking Dukes of Hazzard shit. Jumped in and out the window.
Oh my gosh.
I actually got in trouble with one of my girlfriends one time, and my mom's like, you can't have your phone, you can't have your car, and I'm taking off your bedroom room door. So, like, I lost those three things. And finally, I was like, this car is just a piece of shit.
For real.
And the guy didn't tell me that, so I tried to sell it. I sold it to another guy, and he actually got it inspected. That's how I found out it was a lemon. The frame was bent. And that's why the fucking driver door didn't close properly.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes fucking sense.
And he's like, I'm going to sue you if you don't give me back my money and take back your car. And I'm like, whoa, dude. Like, I didn't know. Here's your money. Give me my car back. I junkyarded it, $350. And that was my down payment on my BMW.
Really?
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
it
what did
was.
you have? Like an E?
I had an E30, the old 80s.
Yeah.
I had two of them. They were
Yeah.
nice.
I
They were
saw
nice.
one that you kind of stanced out a little bit, right?
I stanced it. Yeah,
Yeah.
exhaust, full exhaust, cold air intake. Turned it into a baby drift rig, and it was
Dude,
fun,
that's
man.
fucking sick.
It was fun. Like it was.
I fucking love those.
They're such good cars, dude. Like I will say, like next to the car I have now, I drive a 13 BRZ. It was like what got me into cars, really. Like
Yeah.
I know I work with car dealerships and I mostly do recall work now, but like. That's what I cared about in the car scene was like all the modifications and switching shit up and like making something with power.
People have
and-
some
fuck
crazy creativity. One of my
Yeah.
biggest things, especially with what you have now, also with your E30, is Rocket Bunny.
Dude, Rocket Bunny
Oh,
came a
yeah.
long way. Liberty Walk, everybody. Like with
Yeah.
the E30, with the BRZ, like those.
Yeah, dude, Rocket Bunny builds are sick.
Yes, they are.
They are. There's so many options for the BRZ now.
Straight out of Japan.
Valenti, fucking Rocket Bunny, Liberty Walk.
I have a
Karma, all those.
I just love Rocket Bunny because it's like genuine and almost like a pioneer in that.
It's quality material,
Well, yeah, not only
you're
that.
Not,
so
you're not Duraflexing.
No.
yeah,
Flex, no. But
no,
like-
dude, Rocket Bunny. I've done a lot of research on Rocket Bunny, and the guy who designs and primarily creates everything from Rocket Bunny, he does all of the designs himself, and he crafts them all himself, and he hand shapes everything, and then it goes into production.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying is like Rocket Bunny is just so fucking precise for what they do for individual manufacturers, and that's just it's immaculate. That's why I hold Rocket Bunny at for that sort of build. I know everyone has different. I'm a muscle car guy, just so you guys know.
Yeah.
But I respect and I admire all these different modification groups and genres or whatever. But that's why I hold Rocket Bunny where it is. Because it is so genuine and precise. I'm like, damn, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, in the aftermarket world, you know, there's a couple people that I really hold to a high standard, you know. Exceedy, you know, couple of them, you know.
You like NVIDIA?
I'm not a huge NVIDIA fan, you know. Like with going back to the kind of the muscle age, like
yeah.
I really like Borla. Borla's had skin in the game for a long time.
Well,
I'm running a Borla exhaust right now on the BRZ, and it's not too.
The reason why I brought up NVIDIA because you worked for Subaru for a number of I don't know, years. Did you?
Yeah, years for sure.
And NVIDIA has a personal stake in Subaru.
Yep.
And they do a lot of stuff for WRX and STI.
They do.
And that's why I was curious because your BRZ, I mean, I know they do spin-offs, you know, the G86 and and they're essentially all the same car.
Yep.
But NVIDIA has that sort of staple.
I feel like it's a little more tin canny for me. You know, I'm not the kid I used to be. You know, I'm not. Let's straight pipe it and let's get as much sound out of the exhaust as we can.
Straight pipe the V8s.
Like
straight pipe the V8s, dude.
Straight pipe the V8s.
Yeah,
they
sound fucking amazing. Yeah.
Well, I will say I straight piped the Beamer and it sounded like a fucking diesel truck in high school, and that was fun. But
I'm having
my neighbors hated me.
Hello Tasties.
I was running They're doing great.
Actually, you know what? I have an open big wave that I need to finish, so I'll have that.
Yeah, but no, the 212s, the 212-inch subwoofers in the back of the Beamer, bro. You remember that shit? Like, I will say, my neighbors were not friends.
Yeah, dude, that was Joe's big thing too.
It was,
dude. The first time I ever listened to "Bring Me the Horizon" was in Joe's brother Lewis.
Yeah, he had
a 12-inch
Rockford Fosgate.
He had a full Rockford Fosgate setup in his car, and he played Shadow Moses by Bring Me the Horizon, and I was so fucking like blown away that I became a huge fan and follower of this band because of the way it sounded through his stereo. He had all of his door speakers and tweeters and his 12-inch sub with I think 1,000-watt amp, and I think his was a little bit newer, right? I think it was probably like a 98 or 2000 Jetta GL.
Yeah. His was a little newer than Joe's.
Yeah, but it was just another shit box. But
they had dreams for those cars,
dude.
Lewis
We used to have dreams for these cars, and it was just amazing. It was amazing. It sounded so good, and the audio system was just immaculate. And I don't know, man. That's something that like you start off as a kid and it just grows and grows and grows. I know we joke around a lot with Orlando's 89 Corolla, but I absolutely love that car. Because of its reliability.
Oh, yeah.
We used it as an appliance, and it got us out of a lot of sticky situations. And it was just, it was our first little taste of freedom. Honestly, man, as kids, that is your first taste of freedom.
That's
first
true.
car.
And
first car, for sure.
It could either make you or break you. Either get your first felony or you get your first memories. But,
Or you come close to that felony.
Or you come close, yeah.
Multiple times.
So
I copped a felony as a kid. We won't go there.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying, man. The car scene here is just crazy, and it's expanding. I just wanted to talk about how it was when we were kids. So Jake had the Ford Carrier, and Orlando had the '89 Corolla. I had a 2001 Camaro. It was
when he got his car, it was everybody like, oh,
dude, I wish I was around. Like I honestly miss like the Burley vibes. Like there were so many times where I'm like, I could go back,
Yeah.
Even to this day, like I've even considered, like,
dude, you know what I think about
or Burley or something, But
it's like when we were kids, right? We had that group, and it was just different after you left.
That's what I heard, bro.
Yeah,
That's what I heard.
It was different after you left, and that leadership role that you didn't necessarily create, but it just happened.
It just everybody just looked upon you for that. Yep.
Yeah, from that point, I think probably it happened. One of the contributing factors was because you were the oldest.
Yeah, it was in our group. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
and I mean we all had insight, and I won't put myself in a leadership role the way that we kind of looked at it, because like I feel like we all had really a stake in the game with what we were doing, like this was 12, 13, 14 years old for us, so we were just kind of getting into girls, just kind of getting into cars, just realizing that we had more functionality to us.
Yeah, you know what it was, man, is like we were really kind of identifying ourselves, but one of the big things is like we wanted to be tough.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying like tough isn't like the traditional tough guy. We wanted to be resilient.
We did.
We wanted to pose a force against an opposition.
Yeah.
And that was one of the leading factors. And once Jake left, that kind of took a focal point as what I think is like toughness became a big thing. Is when we were kids, we didn't let anyone or anything oppose us.
Well, that was a lot of things. That was a lot of the reason why, like, I feel like I had a little bit of skin there, because like I was a four-corner state champion wrestler by the time I was 6 years old, and then in middle school, I mean, my 6th, 7th, and 8th grade in wrestling was all undefeated. We had this our whole group was just like, yo, you can't fuck with us. Like, I mean, there were small people here and there that were like, yo, we can fuck with you. And then, I mean, we'd throw Joe in, and Joe would fucking beat his ass.
Yeah, no one
that
really
happened a couple of times.
No one really faced us, to be honest. I mean, there wasn't one among us that didn't have stripes, and there wasn't one among us that didn't have the other's back.
That's true, man. That's true.
Yeah, we just kind of
to carry each other.
Yeah, and dude, we were some little small town country city folk mixture hoodlum tough motherfuckers. Dude. We were
all sorts of fucking crossed with that.
Call it what you want.
Yeah, call it what you want. We were a mashup.
So I actually got a question for all of us here. What's your dream car? What is your dream car that you wish you could fucking have? Or like
the first
right
thing
now?
that really sticks out to mind for me is a Porsche 918 Spider.
From what year?
The newer ones.
Newer ones? Okay.
Yeah, with the hybrid and all that.
Those are fucking sick.
Bro, I'm a huge electric fan. Hybrid and electric.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am. Well, like with the way I believe sustainably.
Yep.
Like I think cars like that are definitely coming up for sure.
Dude, we've seen, I don't know if anybody else here, but we've seen like all the Top Gear stuff about
LaFerrari, 918 Spider,
exactly,
McLaren P1.
Yeah. Dude, those cars are something to get excited for,
right?
Dude. Fuck, dude. Oh, shit. What about you, Juan?
So, I always stay true to my muscle car grounding and my roots. No. No.
I'm just fucking with you.
So, I don't know. If you ask me from my childhood, I would say a 1968 Mustang Shelby 500 Eleanor.
Ooh.
And that was just my That was my childhood dream. Because honestly, right now, if you don't know me or if you got to know me, you'd find out that I'm a huge Chevy GM fan. And I absolutely love the LS platform. I've owned about four.
The F body type.
F body type, yeah, Trans Am, Camaro, Firebird.
That's surprising. It's a Mustang, so.
Yeah, but when I was a kid, my dad was a big Ford guy, and I really, really looked up to my dad. And he had a Ford F-150 that he built up, and it was basically my first real car that I saw be modified, and it was a beast. And I grew up loving Mustangs, and I really liked the Fox body. But
Yeah, Fox
when I watched Gone in 60 Seconds, was what really made it for me, because I saw Eleanor, that I think it was in 1964. I think Eleanor was in Gone in 60 Seconds, or 64 and a half. But yeah, GT500 Eleanor edition. It was just absolutely insane, and I fell completely in love with that. But I mean, now it's so hard for me. That's just a loaded question, Orlando, because I love everything, from like a GTX or Pontiac Firebird or a Chevelle or ACM Hearst, anything that was like pre 70s. I absolutely love. Split window Corvette. I'm a huge Corvette guy. I don't know. There's too many cars to love, Squid.
What's the quickest car you've driven?
Was my quickest car I've driven was a 2020 Hellcat Charger Red Eye.
Yeah, the one that you just did over the weekend.
Yeah, I was in Alaska and I drove that Hellcat Charger Red Eye. Is
Nice.
The fastest car I've driven was a
797 horsepower.
Yeah. Mine was a 2019 Demon.
Sick. Okay.
Yeah.
So both.
Yeah, so that's 707 horsepower.
Yeah, dude, the
Yeah.
thing was sick as fuck. Oh,
Damn.
it was so easy to fucking make it like what's it called? Make it burn out. It was like just step on it. It was fucking sick.
Dude, and that Red Eye would lose traction just fucking looking at the gas pedal. Yeah, dude, it was nuts. And
What
that
about
was
you, Orlando?
My dream car?
Yeah.
My dream car has got to be
1989 Toyota Corolla.
It'd be sick.
Already owned it.
No, mine's got to be RWB. If you've ever heard of RWB at all.
Porsche.
19. So pretty much what RWB is, it's a modified Ralphwell. Oh fuck, I forgot.
Right, I know.
Yeah.
I know where you're coming from. Though.
Yeah,
the wide body Porsches.
Exactly.
Yeah.
From the 80.
Yeah.
They're modified from 80.
I love the 80s, bro.
80 Porsches and everything, and they're modified to be wide body. And I more than anything, I love the process.
Me too.
Of getting
him
an RWB.
Smoking a cigarette. Him, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, Akira Nakai. That's the guy that fucking does that. He's straight from Japan.
He is.
And you have to schedule for him to come out and build your RWB in front of your eyes.
Yeah. I love that process, by the way.
It's like a whole year process, but then you get it all done and everything. It is awesome. And the sad part about this is that since he smokes so fucking much, I feel like this guy's going to die of lung cancer before I can come up with the money to fucking even buy one of these. Like, to get it all done and everything. I think me and my brother actually figured out how much it is, like, in total. But this was before COVID, so, used car prices have gone up. But
so much.
I think we totaled it like around like $80,000 for an RWB to be made from scratch, pretty much.
I could see that.
Yeah.
You know what, man? I want to change my answer.
Okay.
And I want to say that my dream car would be what do they call a retrofit or not a resto mod? Is it a resto mod?
Resto mod.
Where they do a modern chassis on a classic car.
Oh.
And,
yeah.
And I think I would do a 1973 Chevy Camaro.
Knew you were gonna say that.
I do a 73 split bumper Camaro with a resto mod with an LSX motor.
Okay.
And a 10-speed automatic.
Okay.
Oh.
Paddle shifters.
Paddle shifters, and you know what? I probably wouldn't do paddle shifters.
I'm like, dude.
I
You've been
think-
driving
I think-
manually almost your entire
Paddle
I
life.
think I do
coming up.
a sequential transmission.
Okay, bump shifter.
Yeah, just a sequential transmission with probably a Pro Charger.
That's mean. That's mean.
Yeah,
That'd be
no,
fucking
six,
nice.
maybe running around 900 to 1,000 horsepower.
Oh shit.
Dude, I've driven a Ford GT40.
Ford GT40. Let's see.
Damn.
No way.
What?
Yep. Came in for an airbag recall.
A fucking course it would. An airbag of all
A
things.
driver's side airbag recall. And it was the quickest car I've ever driven.
Oh
Yeah,
shit.
supercharger right here. Whining at you. Full V8. Like carbon fiber
Everything.
driver seat, passenger seat. Yeah, it was I mean, you know the Ford GT40 story,
Yeah.
you know.
Oh, yeah.
And I mean it was protocol for us to drive every car after the recall or whatever maintenance or whatever had been performed.
Yep.
So I drove that car and quick as shit. Bro. It's
Fucking
got like
bet.
14-inch tires, like fucking.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like Ford too. I'm a Ford guy. Like the 7.3 diesels, the fucking.
The 7.3, they were built by International.
Yep.
They're,
Yep.
the 7.3 diesels were built by International. Those motherfuckers are bulletproof. They are straight up, dude. They are straight up donkeys.
They are.
They are straight up donkeys,
Fucking
but they will
asses.
not break
That's your
down
carry
on you.
horse. Right there.
Yeah, it won't stop though. It won't stop, dude. I think you'll die before that 7.3 quits.
That's true.
Yeah. But anyway, guys, we talked about just about everything. Here we have Jake Gallegos, JG Skrilla. Look him up on SoundCloud. Are you on anything else, bro?
I am, yeah. You can catch all my music on SoundCloud. You can catch my newest drop feature, which is Northwest Rap Game, on Spotify, SoundCloud, Apple
Sick.
Music, Amazon,
Yeah.
whatever. Look for me, JG Skrilla. I'll be performing local shows in Idaho, 208 area. I'll be traveling really soon, Colorado, Northwest, South, Seattle, Portland.
We got to catch one of his shows.
Yeah, absolutely.
Definitely, you guys are more than invited, and I'll get you in for free. Just
Oh,
as a
yeah.
homie up, so.
Brok'n Barstool.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah,
Making
but,
moves.
Yup.
No, dude, that's great, man. As always, we want to support local business and local people, and that includes local artists as well. Not just Fly Like Sora and Joey Dominguez, but here we have JG Skrilla, an amazing person on the internet, coming up making waves in this big sea of music that we have. But here we are, we're nearing the end, and I definitely want to thank everyone who's out there that's listening, who's watching these videos, all of our followers on Spotify, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, and now Audible and Amazon Music.
Yep.
Yeah, if you guys haven't, seen or known or anything, we are now with Amazon and Audible. So if you have Amazon and Audible, you can definitely catch us there. Catch all of our nonsense one place at a time. But I just want to shout out all of you guys as always. Check us out on all of our social media accounts on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. You can email us at the Brok'n Barstool Podcast at gmail.com. You can find us at the Brok'n Barstool Podcast at Patreon. Orlando, am I missing anything?
Nope.
No?
I think we got it all.
Yeah. Jake, would you like to throw in any last minute plugs, man? Anything that you want to throw out there to the viewers and listeners?
Yeah, I mean, shout out Brok'n Barstool. You know, we've been friends for a long time. Like Juan and Orlando, you know, we go back way back, 10 years plus. You know, so hey, just listen to these guys. These guys are coming up in the podcast world, and you know, they're getting some pretty meaty people on here. So please listen to them. You know, there's gonna be lots of local breweries, some Oktoberfest stuff going down. You know, we're gonna be shouting out some good booze and content in the near future. So.
And hopefully Jake will be coming back one of these
definitely.
days. Yeah, we get to definitely hear some more from him.
Absolutely.
But anyway, guys, as the story goes, be safe and stay thirsty. Thank you.